Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel. Woo, first video of 2021. It's gonna be my January TBR. I kept it pretty light for this first month. My school is starting on the 6th, and it is now the 3rd. So I might not have a lot of time to read books that I want to read, and instead books I'll have to read for my classes, but I can always try. So I kept it to the amount of books I usually read in a month, which is like 6 or 7, sometimes more, but I kept it to like 7. So the first one I'll be reading is Wondersmith, The Calling of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This is the second book in the Nevermore series by Jessica Townsend. It's the sequel to Nevermore, and I am really excited to read this. I read this in November of last year, and I read the first book in November of last year and I loved it, and it was just so good. Like I loved it so much, so I had to have my library order it, and I can't wait to read it. The next book I'll be reading is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers and A Close and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. So I'm doing the Interstellar, oh, I forgot to mention, this is a pick for the Magical Girl Society book club, an anime club that is run by Monica Kim and Brianna from Milky Booze. So for the Interstellar book club read along of the Wayfarer series, this month we're reading the first 2 books in the Wayfarer series, which are what I just said, and I am very excited. I have been wanting to read this series for a while, and I just have been really into sci-fi lately, so I'm excited to get into these books. Next is a book for the Shelf Space readathon, which you can join over on Discord. It's run by Jessie May. We are reading The City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennett. Robert Jackson Bennett wrote Foundryside, which is really popular in the SFF community on BookTube, but I've heard really good things about this, and I know there's dead gods and like a spy, and that sounds really interesting to me, so I am excited to get to it. Next, I'm going to be reading Gardens of the Moon by Steven Erikson. So this is part of a read-along done by Mike's Book Reviews. He's doing like a 2-year Malazan read-along, and I think we're doing one a month, which really concerns me over how long the series is, if it's going to last 2 years. And I'm still an adult fantasy noob, so I'm kind of freaked out. But I've heard this is like one of the foundational series for fantasy booktube and just fantasy in general, and so I would really like to get to it. I have the book on hold at the library, but it hasn't gotten there yet, and so I don't know when I'm gonna start it. It's a long book, but I'm excited. I'm excited to join a read along with a bunch of people, and there's a Discord, so we're gonna be talking about it, and I think all of these are from read-alongs or book clubs. So yeah, that I get to talk about books with people, which is great. Next is The Snow Fell 3 Graves Deep, Voices from the Donner Party by Alan Wolfe. This is for my local book club. We are meeting by Zoom because of COVID, but it is a book in verse, I believe, about what happened to the Donner Party. So what I know about the Donner Party is that they were like pioneers, and they got caught in like the mountains or something, and they ate each other perhaps, or maybe they didn't. I don't know. See, I don't know a lot about the Donner Party, but I'm hoping this will educate me, and I get to read it with some local peeps. And I don't really know anybody in it, but I just decided to join. It's called Book Nerds, and I think there's going to be about 13 other people at the meeting, and it's on January 19th, and I'm just excited. the last book I will be reading for sure in January is The Fever King by Victoria Lee. This is a book club pick for Chaos Rising Book Club, and I don't know what it's about. I think it's about a magical disease that if you get the disease you die, or when you survive you get magical powers. So that sounds really fun. It's by a trans author, which, you know, we love supporting trans authors here, and I'm just like excited because I missed the last live show for Raybearer. I really liked Raybearer, and I really wanted to discuss it, but I was away, so I'm hoping that this time I won't miss the live show, because I've missed like all the live shows, I think. And it sounds really good. So that's the books that I'm for sure going to get to in January. I have books that I would like to get to, like, where did it go? I know it's here. Oh, it's right here. Like Vagabonds by Hao Jingfang. This is one that I had to recheck out because I had to return it to the library, and I hate returning things to the library unread or unfinished. And I have a tendency to check out too many books from the library and then return them unread, and it's dumb. I also have some arcs that I need to read. The first one is Persephone Station by what's her name? Persephone Station by Stina Licht. And that is a sci-fi, so I'm gonna eat that up. Next one is One of the Good Ones. Let me see who that's by Micah Molit. Oh. And Maritza Molit? Yes, I believe that's who it's by. And then the third arc is Rise of the Red Hand by Olivia Chada. And I know Rise of the Red Hand is also sci-fi, so probably gonna read the sci-fi ones. I don't know if I'm gonna get to One of the Good Ones, but I hope so. The Persephone Station and One of the Good Ones come out on January 5th, so I'm not gonna be able to read them by then. Rise of the Red Hand comes out by the 19th, which I should be able to read it by then. So we'll see. That was a lot of rambling for no reason. The Miami Dolphins game is on, so I'm filming while I'm waiting to see if they can get into the playoffs or not. So cross your fingers that the Dolphins get into the playoffs, because we haven't been in the Super Bowl for a long ass time, and it would be really nice. If anybody else is watching football and hoping their teams get into the playoffs, good luck. As long as you're not going up against the Dolphins, because then I'm not going to cheer for you. Just kidding. I hope everyone wins. Everyone in the world. And if you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought down below. Let me know what you're going to be reading in January. What's the first book you've read in January, if you've read one so far? And if you're not, what is the first book you are reading in January? Because I'm not particularly someone who thinks that the first book that you read is going to set the tone for the year, but you never know. I am reading How to Astronaut by Terry Virts. It is a nonfiction about what it's like to be an astronaut in space. It's basically like a bunch of small essays put together about space, and it's cool. I like it. I've learned a lot of stuff I didn't know. And so we have an emoji, we have a space emoji, anything related to space, if you want to. And that's all for me for now, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!